Alrighty. So, this book that I'm about to discuss, I do feel like I'm doing a book report a little bit, but I have sent the cover to probably 24 people at this point. It was called The Power of Eight. It's Lynn McTaggart's seventh book. It followed others of a similar nature that she wrote, but revealed something that surprised even her in her sets of experiments. That when meditating on the healing of another, benefits tend to come back to us as well. She claimed in her prologue that she, quote, is not given to arcane references of mysticism, auras, or any sloppy or inchoate uses of the term quantum or energy. She believes her findings can be connected to the 0 point field, an underlying quantum energy field, and vast network of energy exchange. And Tom, please note I have not researched her physics yet. What she was finding in her experiments conducted after writing her earlier books was that people's thoughts seemed to change physical matter. For the human body, this seems like a logical conclusion as our thoughts affect our organs, our cells, our inner operation. She acknowledged the trending books of manifestation and wondered if there was something more to that, to the idea that our consciousness can create, can move, or motivate realities. She feels that the focus on manifesting material goods trivialized the work that could be done, and wondered what can we do with it? Are we talking here about curing cancer or shifting a quantum particle? She wondered. McTaggart connected with her readers of earlier books to invite them to do monitored experiments with thousands of participants simultaneously meditating together on particular subjects. In 30 experiments, as of the time of her writing that book, 3 failed due to technical issues. 26 had measurable results, and it seems only 1 didn't work. She points out almost no drug produced by the pharmaceutical industry can lay claim to that level of positive effect. You may know about the studies of transcendental meditation that found that if 1% of a population is practicing transcendental meditation, violence of any sort decreases in the area. McTaggart wanted to find out what could happen if meditators focused on a single outcome. She worked with a Dr. Gary Schwartz, a tenured professor at Yale, who had conducted his own controlled studies on psychic mediums to see if they could communicate with the dead. Incidentally, the mediums had an 83% accuracy rate of the random information they produced about dead relatives. Dr. Schwartz wanted them to start their experiments for meditating on plants. One of the early experiments for the power of the group thinking was with seeds, a target tray of seeds for the meditators to focus on, and 3 control trays. As a traveling lecturer, McTaggart brought photos of the trays labeled A, B, C, and D, then had an audience member choose which one they focus on. Then, she explains, she projected the photo of the chosen tray, while leading the audience in a guided intention meditation for the seed to, quote, enjoy enhanced growth and health. When they completed their meditation, she called the lab technician to have him plant all the seeds from all the trays. After 5 days, they measured the seedlings. Dr. Schwartz did his calculations, and he was also running control experiments on the side that he didn't tell her about, choosing a tray himself and not putting it before an intention group. They found that the seedlings receiving intention were as much as 4 millimeters taller than the other seedlings after a week. They also found through her various audience sizes that there was not what she called a critical mass. Some groups during the experiment had several hundreds of participants, others just over 100. She also found that the seeds that were part of the intention study, as opposed to Dr. Schwartz's control test seeds, were all affected, not just the tray that received the focused intent. Additionally, the distance the group was from the seed trays did not matter out there on Zoom. Wherever people were in the world, they were able to improve the growth of the intended seeds. She points out that the experiments didn't follow Newtonian physics, but seemed to work on a quantum level, pointing out that in quantum physics, what makes those little pieces of subatomic matter measurable is observation. It's called the observer effect. She states the moment we look at an electron or take a measurement, we help determine its final state. She mentions German philosopher Immanuel Kant, who lived in the 18th century and believed our understanding of the world is shaped by our experiences and perceptions. The observer effect of quantum physics proves his point. Things take shape based on our observation of them. After more experimenting and writing another book, she used her built-in audience that she had online excuse me, to begin attempting smaller meditation groups. To meditate for each other with, well, consistently interesting and impressive results. As she began to get feedback that not only were the results of these meditations helping those for whom they were meditating, but people doing the meditating were also benefiting. She asked, what was it about a group of people thinking a single thought at the same time that was producing such dramatic effects? She points out that prayer groups have existed for thousands of years. She gathered her readers together to do a giant experiment on Sri Lanka. She gives many details in the book as to why she chose there, including the violent conflict going on and the ability to measure results because a foundation was keeping records of the casualties. After their experiment, the death rate in Sri Lanka fell suddenly by 74%, and injuries fell by 48%. I have goosebumps. They further compared the data to the prior 2 years of conflict and in the months following. What they found was that the 25-year conflict pivoted during the month of their experiment, and in the months after, the conflict came to an end. McTaggart acknowledges the possibility that this could have been a coincidence. But what pushed her to write this book, excuse me, was the effects she heard from those who participated. People found themselves in their own healed relationships, resolving conflict in their own lives. The more experiments she conducted with smaller groups, the more people found the results were mirrored in their own lives. Those who were meditating on healing received healing as well. Those who meditated on peace found that events in their own lives became more peaceful. Now, obviously, there is this whole book about the results, the power of 8, but I wanted to give you the highlights and then today lead us in a meditation for 2 individuals who have given us permission to focus on them. The first is a gentleman who suffers from PTSD, following a traumatic childhood of multiple abuses. The second is a gentle woman who is dealing with a shocking spousal hobby revealed to her that will leave her raising two small children on her own for the immediate future. So I'm borrowing from a meditation by a site called Care Patron. And so we're going to be building on that. We will begin with closing your eyes. Shift in your seat to ensure you are comfortable with your back straight and your feet planted on the ground. Bring your attention to your breath. Take a deep breath, fill your lungs, and slowly exhale. Take another. Begin releasing any tension in your shoulders, your face, your belly. Feel the sensation of the breath entering and leaving your body. Notice the coolness of the air as you inhale and the warmth of the air as you exhale. Let your breath become your anchor, grounding you in this present moment. Now imagine a boy, a young teenager, sitting in a desert, meditating with us in the sand as the sun rises slowly. He is surrounded by cacti, some with little blooms, and tall red peaks of rock rising from the earth. Imagine him sitting cross-legged with his eyes closed, breathing peacefully with you. Next to him, a woman also sits, holding a sleeping baby in one arm, and with her other arm on the shoulder of a small child sitting on the sand next to her. This child is also peacefully meditating with us. As you envision these humans, now imagine sending them the rays of the sunrise coming up around them, the warm rays of golden orange light as the breeze passes gently on their faces. Imagine the solidity of the stone peaks around them, reminding us all of the magic that has happened before and continues to happen. Imagine now the peace in their hearts as they know they are safe in this space, as you know you are safe in your space right now. Imagine the release of any fear they might have been holding in their foreheads, in their eyes, in their shoulders. Perceive them releasing all of their fear from both prior experiences and expected experiences. Envisage their inner wild cat, that puma that lies peacefully as it sleeps, knowing it can both defend itself against all danger and provide for itself as it needs. Envision the teen and the woman growing larger in your vision, becoming larger humans capable of managing all that comes their way. Imagine them breathing in that strength from all of us that we send them. And relaxing with that size of a giant, with the control of a chess master. Now, project from yourself a golden ray, like the golden rays of their sunrise to them. Golden rays of security. Golden rays of healing. Golden rays of peace. Golden rays of support. Let them feel your support and kindness. Let them feel your warmth. Allow yourself to share in the warmth of your own strength, because it rises from the earth within you, and you are a channel of that wonderful peace. As we come back into the present moment, focus again on your breath. In, out. 2 more. In, out. In, out. And open your eyes to a world you have made a little bit better. Thanks.